Chapter 13, 12:51 a.m. Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice here. In the last part, we had another short video. Jowd showed up at the Justice Minister's office with Cobb and Ella, and now Lynn's run off to go get the music box, quote unquote. And we need to show the Justice Minister, hey, it's not your kid that's kidnapped. Stop this. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. I believe there was a special trophy. Pull up the list here. Okay. Obviously I have no idea what it actually means, but there is a trophy. Key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing. And I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. What was her voice again? I don't remember. A darling angel. Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing. Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart. I must confess, I didn't even notice you were gone. I didn't go out to play. I went to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. Oh, look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here's a feverish passion of my darling angel. Here's two though. Mama? Yes, darling. Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight, Amelie. I hate you! Like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. There's another lucky development too. Amelie wants to call her father. Just make use of that feeling somehow. I would surely bring the Justice Minister around. Oh, can I light the lighter? Ah. The phone! Amelie, I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Amelie. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know? All you do is write weird novels. What do you mean, weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Now you really made me angry, you really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? I hate you! There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous. Like calling your father. I hate you! I can hear you, you know. Whew, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady, so Amelie can call. basket. Oh gosh. Waste. Clear. Dictionary. I can't go any further. Okay, valve. Turn. There is a rat under. Fine. Oh goodness, look at the time. As I bask in my tale of love, time has been moving on at the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, eh? But that won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. Let's see something else I can distract her with. This? Swing harder! Ah! Weak! Aw? Or not put out the lamp right now. Only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. I'll give Amelie a chance to use the phone. I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. Time? Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams! You fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? She's more powerful than I thought. Looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side, too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Can I turn the valve now? Shock. Oh heavens, a blackout at a critical time like this! Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. The chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills. Thank you. Did you just put that in their wine glass? Ah, what a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. I don't exactly know how the situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious, but now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow? Yes. Turn that crank. The latch. Lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on her desk before? The poor thing. This will never be returned to the bookshelf. Turn the crank. What a naughty chandelier! I can make it burn brighter. Do anything specific right now. I need to get it over there somehow, right? No. That was close. Can I, like, go burn brighter and then drop? Didn't work. Now that they're burning brighter, does it drop? No, it doesn't drop like that. The heck? The candle just go out as it drops. Awesome. Okay. Right now. Still light the lighter. Brighter. Heck. I watch her maybe. Oh, she does though. Don't do anything else in her motion. Oh goodness, look at the time! That's about some time I love. Let me see the light. Something with what I have. That wrapping there has to be a reason, right? Takes control away from me if I turn. Heck. I spent most of my time in this job trying to figure out this puzzle. What I'm thinking of requires having control during scenes, but I don't have control during the scene. Wait, what if I just turn it right now? Such insolence! I think I found what the trophy was for. I think it was for this. Eek. Amelie! Amelie, help me! Mama! might replay this chapter on my own. I think I know what the trophy's for now. Sorry, Mama, I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. Right, I can't help you right now. Here's to the weak. This is my darling angel. A chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. I also can't make a turn right now. Also, she didn't like the dark. I don't want her thrashing around anymore, and she already gave it. Alright, put out the lamp right now. Time. Oh, turn the crank? Oh. Help! Help! What is going on here? Amelie, look! Do you see this? Help me, please! I'm sorry, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. I still just have to stay up there spinning too. Oh, now I can burn it brighter. That's hitting the rat. Wow! Swing harder! Light the lamp. Yeah, I think I'll just read this on my own because I think the trophy was for Neil on the second try. I think that was in regards to the that getting her there. Mama! What in the world is going on here? Oh, goody. You came in and want to call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll only be a minute. Oh, don't you dare, Amelie! I won't have it! Hello, Papa? Amelie! Is that you? Of course it is, silly. What did you think? I heard they said you. No, never mind. It's nothing. Hello, Papa. Happy birthday, Papa! Birthday? Oh, right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Oh, your mean old Mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now? Well, she's certainly up alright. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. Get me down! Needs to tell a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Amelie. I'm the one who was wrong. Huh? You tell your mother I'm sorry. What do you have to be sorry about? Terrible mistake. It's alright now. Oh, okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated. Okay. But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. I don't think I did anything. Okay, I'll apologize. That's a good girl. Okay, Papa, have a good night. I love you. Love you too, Amelie. Good night, sweetheart. Mama? Sorry. Thank goodness! Why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand. Oh, Amelie. I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels? That makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right, I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try actually reading them. What? Oh, maybe you better wait until you're a little older for that. Okay. So, Amelie, if you're feeling a little more charitable towards your old mama, think you could let me down now? You know, I would love to do that. I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. The night's on as holy as the night's my deadline. It looks like the only thing pressing on me will be the chandelier. Here's to Papa and Mama's darling angel. All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. It's such an abrupt change. I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least now that Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled, I think I'll go back to the office where everybody's waiting for the prison van. Mister's family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is still just as furrowed as ever, quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is gonna happen. I just found out my daughter's safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. My daughter's safe. For mine. No need to thank us, Mr. It was nothing. What did he do? One question. I can't help but notice your daughter is safe. And yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. Is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. Time. Wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Until we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. Continue distressing the ministers. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit I do exist? That thank you I expressed. That was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. I've actually known for quite a while now. I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts. Known about what? We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others, a manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Dad. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. About the huge mistake this foolish man made. Manipulator. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. First, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Chad. Right, they don't share too much top secret information with the inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common. They do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime. Both of their crimes were impossible. Curry Lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office. The rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The special investigation unit submitted the investigative report to me on them. It concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. How could that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. A manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Cloud's case. Some unknown power has been. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act. According to the inspector, the first case of its kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective. You're trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, unfortunately. Don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another person's behavior like that. The powers certainly don't work on living creatures. What I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I'm seriously mistaken. It proved to be a big mistake. What? A minister's mistake. You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? Suppose everybody here has the right to know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. About a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanella, when you first made that report about the manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister! What is going on in this document? What am I doing? No, I'm less tired. Wait, don't tell her the document. That's when it started. That's when all my fear, despair, and suffering began. Fear, despair, and suffering. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated. My memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? Signing execution orders is part of a Justice Minister's job. Fine. I thought that my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remember Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose, but it does sound a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Carter. Yes. No, I should have. I was running away. Problem. And my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out! And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust into my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why I've been telling people to stay back. There's somebody else besides me with powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different different ghost tricks. I never imagined that tonight find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from. Dr. Cabanella? This manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. A spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What? What did you say? Joe, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too! I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. Spirit, ghost, gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister, I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector! This is Lee, I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is kind of difficult to explain. They still appeared there. Come to the park immediately. Looks like your help is needed, Sissel. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Victim! Style. Park. Plane calls and I oblige. I take off towards Tamsic Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. Manipulator? The person whose very existence sheds new light on everything? Detective Jowd's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be Flynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Yay! We cleared the chapter, but I didn't get the extra. Ew, so we're not going to continue playing. I'm not going to say goodbye yet. We're going to chapter select. Should be able to. Okay, there's 14. Let's go back to restart chapter 13 real quick. Hopefully. Okay, I can fast forward this time. Thankfully. So I need to trap her. The puzzle up to doing that is... I know what to do now. I have to deal with all these cutscenes. I should just cut this out, honestly. Okay, I just looked up how to do this. You have to miss once, get it right on your second try. Okay, so I just missed. We're gonna save here. Continue playing. I said playing. And I said playing. Save. Oh god. Wait. I just saved it and I'm back. Me. Okay. Miss once. This again. Because for some reason, even though I saved at this point in the chapter, it's like, nah. Okay. Almost forgot to miss. Such insolence. Okay, I'm gonna try saving again. Just make sure. Okay, I got it. I almost pressed the wrong button, but Emily, help me! There we go. Captive on the roof. Trophy earned. We're just gonna return the title from here though, because we're good. Got it. Challenges. Oh. Take aim and nail on the second try. So, yeah. I was like, oh no, funds. She's walking back. Yeah, so I guess now officially thank you for watching. I know a lot of that was like, I'm just cutting all this out, and I'm like, it's getting missing her. Like, no, you have to hit it on the, yeah, anyway. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the video, so liking, commenting, and or subscribing. Also, thank you, Capcom Creators, for the code for the game. Really enjoying it, because that trophy gave me a little bit of a headache. I'm like, was misunderstanding it, but we got there. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep getting content like this and more. I'll links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!